Premier League game week 2 predictions. Here are the fixtures. So we're gonna start with Brighton versus Manchester United. So Brighton are currently first on the Premier League table, and United are number 7. Both teams actually won their first games. I think it's gonna be a tough game for both sides, because if you look at the head-to-head battle, so this is the last 3 games. As you can see, Manchester United won the very last Premier League game both sides met, and the previous 2, Brighton beat Manchester United. So it's very, very clear that each of these sides can definitely win this game. Manchester United against Fulham, I thought they were poor. I thought Fulham should have had something out of that game. And I don't know if Manchester United is going to have the luck that they had in that Fulham game, because Fulham was not an easy game for Manchester United, and Manchester United were playing at home at Old Trafford. I thought it was a poor performance. Now they are traveling away to Brighton after such a poor performance. Am I expecting them to win at Brighton? No, I will go for a draw. 66% of voters think Manchester United will win. Fair enough. 14% think it's going to be a draw. I'm going to stick with this 14%. As for the scoreline prediction, I will go for Brighton 2, Manchester United 2. Next fixture here is Crystal Palace versus West Ham. Both these teams, they have really, really strengthened in the summer. But I think West Ham right now is probably better than Crystal Palace. West Ham won their last game. Crystal Palace, I believe they lost. But let me just confirm this. Oh, I was wrong. Both teams actually lost their last game. So Crystal Palace are currently number 13. West Ham number 14 in the Premier League table. Wow. So it means that both these teams are going to be looking to have their first win of the Premier League season. Crystal Palace at home, so I think you know what, I'm gonna go for a draw. I'll go for a draw here. Let's see, 45% of voters think Crystal Palace is gonna win this game. I'm going for a draw. My scoreline prediction will be 1-1. Next game here is Fulham versus Leicester. So Fulham are at home. Now, Leicester are currently number 10 on the Premier League. They drew against Tottenham. That was on Monday. Fulham lost their last Premier League game, and I thought they were very, very unlucky against Manchester United. Leicester are just coming new to the Premier League, right? Last season, they were in the Championship, and they still have Jamie Vardy as their centre forward. Now, Jamie Vardy was a very good player, but at 37, I don't know if he can still do it, even though he scored against Spurs. But 37 for me is a bit old. I think I'll go with Fulham. I thought Fulham were very unlucky against Manchester United. I think Fulham will win this game. 54% of voters agree with me. And I'm going for Fulham 2, Leicester 1. The next game here, Manchester City take on Ipswich at the Etihad. I mean, wow, talk about the gods of football not really, really being kind to you on your return to the Premier League after 22 years. I mean, Ipswich, their first game was against Liverpool. Difficult game. And now they have to go to the Etihad. It's probably even harder. I mean, wow. I just don't see a world in which Ipswich gets anything out of this game. Now, in football, anything is possible, right? Because it's football. Ipswich, they can take a lot of confidence from that first half performance against Liverpool. But in the second half, they tired. So even if Ipswich plays well against Man City, based on what we saw in the Liverpool game, they can sustain that pressure for 90 minutes. 45 is the best they could do, right? So I just don't see them beating Manchester City at the Etihad. So I'm going for Manchester City 4, Ipswich 1. And these are the games in which Erling Haaland, I mean, he's probably going to have a hat-trick in this game, because he does tend to score a lot of goals in games like this. So 90% of people agree with me. Oh my goodness. I mean, wow. Nobody is giving Ipswich any chance. Who are these people who give? Let me see something here. Will both teams score? I'll go for yes. Yes. Oh, wow. Anyways, let's move on to the next game. Southampton take on Nottingham Forest, and Nottingham Forest, they drew the last Premier League game. Southampton lost. Well, Southampton, welcome back to the Premier League. I think it's going to be tough for them to survive in the Premier League this season, but in this game, Southampton at home, but I don't know if they are good enough to beat Nottingham. I'm not trying to say that Nottingham is a fantastic side, but they are a Premier League team. Right now, they are probably better than Southampton. But since Southampton is at home, I will go for a draw. Well, 42% of people give the edge to Nottingham, actually to Southampton, which I'm a bit surprised. But yeah, I'll go for scoreline prediction. I'll go for 2-2. Tottenham take on Everton at what is Tottenham Stadium called? Is it the London Stadium? Yeah, their new stadium, beautiful stadium. Anyways, Tottenham, disappointing results against Leicester, right? I thought they should have won that game quite comfortably, but they could not convert their chances. And Jimmy Vardy, he took his, Tottenham currently number 12 in the Premier League, 1 point. Everton currently number 20 on the Premier League table. Now, I expect Everton to rise up the Premier League table, but I tell you what, Everton, they were shocking in their last game. And I mean, the football Everton plays is just absolutely horrible to watch. Most teams are moving away from managers like Sean Dyche, Tony Pulis, Big Sam, those kind of long ball, ugly football coaches. I'm not sure why Everton, with all the money they have, I'm not sure why they still have Sean Dyche as their manager, because for me, he's just not a manager he should not be managing a Premier League team in 2024. In my opinion, I just don't think he's good enough. In terms of who will win, Tottenham were very, very unlucky in that game. Okay, they should have won that game quite comfortably. They created so many chances. This time around, I think they will get lucky. I think they will convert their chances. I'm going for Tottenham 3, Everton 1. Well, for me, the game I am looking forward to the most on Saturday is Aston Villa versus Arsenal at Villa Park. Let's take a look at some interesting data here. So, both these teams are coming off wins. As you can see, Aston Villa beat West Ham 2-1 in the last Premier League game. Arsenal had a very, very comfortable victory against Wolves 2-0 at the Emirates. Head-to-head, now, Aston Villa has been a bit of a problem side to Arsenal in recent years. Well, at least last season in the Premier League. As you can see here, last year at the Emirates, Aston Villa beat Arsenal 2-0, and at Villa Park, they beat Arsenal 1-0. So, wow. And Aston Villa, they are just as strong as they were last season. Arsenal as well. Both teams are still looking really, really good. Wow, this is gonna be a tough game because it's at Villa Park, right? It's at Villa Park. So Villa Park, we all know that it's a very, very difficult place to go get a win. I mean, Aston Villa, they finished 4th in the Premier League for a reason. They are a really, 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 really good side. Wow, is Arsenal gonna drop points this early into the season? I mean, that would definitely make my day. I would love it if Arsenal drops points. But I tell you what, if Arsenal is going to challenge for the league this season, alongside Man City, and for me, Liverpool, Arsenal cannot afford to drop points this early in the season. You don't want to start chasing those two right now. You just don't want that, right? So, Arsenal, they've got to find a way to win. But will they win? I really don't know. You know what? I think Arsenal will edge it. I think Arsenal will win this game 1-0. I think They are going to be solid defensively. And I believe Timber or Calafiori, one of them will come in at left back because Zinchenko, for me, if Zinchenko plays this game, I think Arsenal drop points. They drop points. But if Arteta goes with Calafiori or Timber at left back, then Arsenal probably edges. They probably score a 1-0, from a corner kick, or I don't know, from a set piece, a Gabriel header, something like that, That's Arsenal these days. I'll just go with Arsenal 1-0. Wow, a whopping 73% of people think Arsenal will win this game. I think that's really, really high. If you take note of the fact that Aston Villa beat Arsenal home and away last year, Aston Villa finished fourth. So Aston Villa is not a joke. 73% for me is, I just think Arsenal fans, they all came here and they voted. I think Arsenal fans turned up because for me, 73% is just way too high. That's kind of disrespectful to Aston Villa. But I'm going with an Arsenal win. We move on to Sunday. The first game on Sunday is Bournemouth versus Newcastle United. Now, Bournemouth's last game was against Nottingham Forest away, and they drew 1-1, while Newcastle just edged Southampton by 1-0. Newcastle currently sitting 8th in the Premier League table on 3 points. Bournemouth number 9. I tell you what, I really, really like Bournemouth. This game is at home. Oh, Bournemouth have lost Dominic Solanke, their best striker. They lost him to Tottenham Hotspur. Ooh, I'll go for a draw. Newcastle, typically, they don't do very well away from home. Bournemouth are a very, very difficult team to beat at home. I tell you what, I'll go for a Bournemouth win. I'll go for a win for Bournemouth. My scoreline prediction, I'm going for Bournemouth 3, Newcastle 2. Wow. A whopping 74% of voters think Newcastle will win this game. Wow. Have these people watched Bournemouth play football? I guess we'll find out on Sunday. The second game on Sunday, Wolves take on Chelsea. Wow. I mean, Chelsea right now, for me, they are just an absolute joke of a team in the Premier League. So now on the opening day, Wolves lost 2-0 against Arsenal at the Emirates, which for me, there's nothing wrong there. While Chelsea, they lost 2-0 to Man City at home. I think Chelsea should be doing better than this, If Chelsea wants to get to the level where they used to be at, they need to results like this. They should not be having results like this. I don't care who they're playing against. It's still Chelsea at the end of the day. Yeah, as you can see, Chelsea currently sits at number 17. Wolves sits at number 18 on the Premier League table. I mean, both teams lost, right? So it kind of makes sense. Look, who was better on that first game? I tell you what, Chelsea, even though Chelsea lost to Manchester City, I think they could have scored at least 1 goal if they were more clinical, and that's the problem with Chelsea. Their strikers, I mean, they shoot blanks, man. You wouldn't trust them to deliver a pizza at Nicholas Jackson. Woeful striker. Not good enough to play for Chelsea. And Chelsea probably has 20 or 30 forwards right now, so I don't even know who's going to win this game. Honestly, I don't even care, right? I don't even care who wins. I like Wolves, though. I don't like Chelsea. I want Wolves to win. Wolves are at home. Wolves are very, very strong at home. Chelsea historically, especially last season, Chelsea struggled in games like this. Chelsea actually did well against the big boys, but games like this is where Chelsea struggled. And Chelsea struggled last week against Man City. Wow. You know what? Chelsea, they really, really have to bounce back. I mean, if Enzo Maresca loses this game, wow, it's already going to be a disaster. Already at Stamford Bridge. I'm going for a Chelsea win. I think Chelsea will just edge it. But 76% is way too high, though. Chelsea are not Man City or Arsenal or Liverpool, Yeah, I think Chelsea will win. I think they'll win the game 3-2. Final game on Sunday, Liverpool takes on Brentford at Anfield. Oof. That will be Ancelotti's first game in charge of Liverpool in the Premier League at Anfield. Well, Liverpool is coming off a 2-0 win away to Ipswich, while Brentford, they edged Crystal Palace 2-1 at home. Last season, I think Liverpool really did well against Brentford. I believe they beat Brentford both home and away. Liverpool, they look really good against Ipswich, especially in that second half. I'll expect Liverpool to win this game quite comfortably, to be honest. I'm going for Liverpool 3, Brentford 0. Oh, a whopping 90%. Oh my goodness, this is definitely Liverpool fans. They just came in here and they just voted. Yeah, I think Liverpool is gonna beat Brentford with both teams score. I think Liverpool keeps a clean sheet in this game as well. This is not to disrespect who will score first. Liverpool for me. Honestly, I just don't see Brentford getting anything out of this game on Ancelotti's first game at Anfield. There you have it, guys. Thank you for watching. I will see you soon.